Hi everyone, this is daveac and this is my glorious vblog 160 for Friday the 12th of August 2011. Yes, it's the glorious 12th, but there'll be no grouse shooting here, just glorious music, hopefully a glorious wine at the end in around 15 minutes with some glorious information in between. I've got on the TV at the side of me at the BBC Proms at the Albert Hall. It's Proms 38, films music from the Proms, and at the moment we've got Henry V playing, and we've got the son of Rory Kinnear, doing parts of the speech of Henry V. Let's see if we can catch a little bit of that now. Really has been good, and I'll mention some of the other pieces they've been playing and will be playing later.
Proclaim it, Westmoreland, through my host, that he which hath no stomach to this fight, let him depart. His passport shall be made, and crowns for convoy put into his purse. We would not die in that man's company that fears his fellowship to die with us. This day, it's called the Feast of Crispian. He that outlives this day and comes safe home shall stand a tiptoe when this day is named and rouse himself at the name of Crispian. He that shall see this day and live old age shall yearly on the vigil feast his neighbours and say, tomorrow is St. Crispian. Then will he strip his sleeve and show his scars and say, these wounds I had on Crispian's day. Old men forget, but all shall be forgot, but he'll remember with advantages what feats he did that day. And then shall our names, familiar in his mouth as household words, Harry the King, Bedford and Exeter, Warwick and Talbot, Salisbury and Gloucester, be in their flowing cups freshly remembering. This story shall the good man tell his son, and Crispian shall ne'er go by from this day till the ending of the world, but we in it shall be remembered. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers. For he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother. Be he ne'er so vile, this day shall gentle his condition. And gentlemen in England now abed shall think themselves accursed they were not here, and hold their manhoods cheap whiles any speaks that fought with us upon St. Crispin's day.
I'm going to stop it. What brilliant stuff. I hope I didn't play too much. But actually, one of the things that's been here in the UK, slight rules have changed on how longer clips you can play, certainly of classic music. They've increased it, I think the BBC say up to 9 minutes on long pieces of work. But that is brilliant. Yeah, Rory Kinnear, seen recently, as I say, in The First Men in the Moon, which was a TV movie, obviously. But brilliant stuff. Let me just tell you a little bit more about that before we get on with the rest of the podcast. We had music from the Hitchcock film, The Man Who Knew Too Much. We've had music from Cinema Paradiso by Enrico Morricone. Never say the name, sorry. We've got John Williams music from Star Wars, Schindler's List, and Harry Potter to come. We've got Murder on the Orient Express music, Out of Africa. We've got music from the James Bond film as well. And that should be available on the BBC radio via the BBC iPlayer. So that's the Proms 38. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Okay, let's see if we can keep the standard up. The Hitchhiker's Guide to British Sci-Fi, Sunday that's just gone. I was helping Mr. Lewis Trapani of Doctor Who Podshop fame, and we're doing about Torchwood Series 4, and we covered the episode Escape to LA last Sunday. That is now up on the feeds. If you want to join us live for the Hitchhiker's Guide to British Sci-Fi this coming Sunday the 14th at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, go to TalkShoe ID 110825, and we'll be talking about Categories of Life, episode 5 of the 10-part story. But before that, I hope you will join the Cultum Collective, because we do our show at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and that is on TalkShoe ID 54821. We did our second ever Harry Potters. We did years 4 and 5 of Harry Potter on the 7th of August, and this coming August the 14th, we're doing years 7 and 8, which of course includes the books 7 and 8, but the films 6, 7 and 8, because the final film, of course, was made into a 2-part movie. And also, we put up one of our midweek commentaries. We're back on Series 4 of Doctor Who, and it was episode 10, Midnight. Again, all on the iTunes feed. I'll try and look us up at cultdom.com, our blog site. Yeah, Old Broken is that's just finished now. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. It will be an intermission soon, and then hopefully I'll be catching some of the other stirring music from Star Wars, Schindler's List, and Harry Potter. Right, that's most of the podcasting news. Just a little bit of Doctor Who news, and Torchwood news. The viewing figures for Torchwood here in the UK are still holding just above the 4 million mark. They've been sort of varying between 4 and 4.5 million. Respectable, not quite as resounding as we might well have hoped, but certainly it's keeping most of its audience on board. Some people have already said on some of the vlogs I've been on that it seems it's being stretched out a little, this story, but well, we'll see how it goes, and I'll be telling you what I think on Hitchhiker's Guide to British Sci-Fi on Sunday. Also some more audio adventures. Audio Go will bring some more 4th Doctor stories with Tom Baker. The Tsar Wars kicks off the Serpent Crest series, and this of course is from www.doctorwhonews.net. With Susan Jameson alongside him, not playing that companion, but playing her Mrs. Wibsley. I think that's right. And of course, there's some other audio stuff. There's a lovely collection 3 of the lost episodes, which has on it, would you believe, just the audio versions of The Smugglers, The 10th Planet, The Power of the Daleks, The Highlanders, Underwater Menace, and the Moon Base. These are first and second Doctors, and Annika Wills, who played Polly, is doing some of the linking narration for that. And also David Troughton, Patrick Troughton's son, is reading Fury from the Deep on another of their releases. So lots of nice stuff, and we're still hoping that of course Doctor Who will be starting also in the UK on the 27th of August, but its listing has not yet appeared. So we await to see, but we're pretty sure it will be there. They just don't like to tell the other channels when and where they're doing stuff. Well, I've got a book. We've had the music. I've got the wine, but just some other bits and pieces around the internet. Again, the BBC iPlayer has had another update, and if you are an owner in the UK of a PlayStation 3, they've had a major update with the version of the iPlayer, the PlayStation 3. It's a combined web page and app, but it allows you for the first time to stream high definition content, assuming of course your PlayStation 3 is connected to the internet and you have a fast enough connection. I tried it over the weekend and it looked really good indeed for streaming HD. Okay, yesterday, of course, well, actually Wednesday evening, we had another major Windows update. One of my Windows PC has got something like 10 updates, but I think the Windows 7 machine only had 7. So that's another fairly important security update that you need to check. Look for that little yellow shield in the bottom corner of your screen that those updates are there, and get them done, and of course then a restart is usually needed. What else? Oh yeah, well, the other glorious thing that's happening, the 2011 PGA Golf Tournament is underway between the 11th and the 14th, so we're on the second round. Of course, Tiger Woods is again playing back at golf, but at the moment it looks like Steve Stricker is in the lead. Let me just update that. And yes, Adam Scott, Jerry Kelly, Davis Love III, Scott Van der Plank, all in the top 10. I'm not seeing Tiger Woods' name. Lee Westwood, joint 16th. Can't see Tiger Woods. Jimenez at 23. Yep, I'm trying to catch that. Unfortunately, unless you have a paid-for version here in the UK, paid-for sports channel, we don't get it. I'm following the live text chat on the bbc.co.uk sports golf page, where they're doing sort of live tweet feeds. And I've also got the pga.com PGA Championships 93rd scoreboard, our leaderboard, up as well. But if you're interested in golf, another glorious event going on. Well, let me think. It's nearly 12 minutes. Anything more to read out, David? Yes, my book. Well, I mentioned this before. I am reading Stephen Baxter's Origin. And further on than this is a marker. I was going to read a little bit of it, just to give you an idea. It's a really interesting book, and it starts out by this vast blue circle of light appearing in the sky, and this man and his wife, Reed, and his wife Emma, who is a pilot, go up in this aircraft to take a closer look at it. And let's see if I can read a little bit of it. This is from fairly early on. This is Reed talking. Looking up the sky, as well as the blue circle, there was a moon, but not the moon, a new moon, a red moon. It was a day of strange lights in the sky. But it was sorry, my leaderboard's updating and it just distracted me. Let me get rid of that. The plane was flung sideways like a barrel roll. Suddenly his head was jammed into his shoulders and his vision tunnelled, worse than eyeballs back launch he had ever endured. The system went dead. Soft screens, chunky dials. His rate of roll increased, and the machine was in difficulty and like to crash. He shouted to his wife, who was unlikely to hear him, that he was going to hit the ejection seat. After his canopy had opened, he looked, and there he saw another speck in the sky. It was Emma, of course. She had ejected half a second before Maliphant, so that she found herself much closer to this artifact, this blue circle. And now she was being drawn in by buffeting air currents. He screamed, Emma. He twisted and wriggled, but there was nothing to do. Her chute fell into what he called a portal. There was a flash of electric blue light, and she was gone. Emma, Emma. And as he shouted her name, something fell past him, not 10 yards away. It was a man, tall and lithe like a basketball player. He was black and under tight curls. His skull was as flat as a board. His mouth was working, gasping like a fish. His gaze locked with Maliphant's just for a brief heartbeat. Maliphant read the astonishment that was beyond shock. Then the man was gone, on his way to his own destiny in the ancient lands beneath. A new barrage of turbulent air slammed into Maliphant. He rocked vigorously, cursing his damaged arm, and he fought his chute, fought to keep it stable, fought for his life, fought for a chance to live through this day, to find Emma. and as he spun, he glimpsed that new red moon, a baleful eye gazing down on his tiny struggles. Oh, it's really, really a good book. I can't say more than that without giving too much of the story away. But it's Origin by Stephen Baxter. Let's see if we can get the... There you are, you've got the ISDB number there. Well, I think I'm ready for the drink after all that talking. And I have got, hopefully, a glorious wine. I had a surprise yesterday. I buy some wines from the Naked Wines. It's online, Naked Wines. And they have this system where some wines you can buy before they're brought into the country. And the earlier you buy them in the chain of them, you know, the grapes, the harvest, in the warehouse, being bottled and so on, the earlier you buy them, the cheaper you get them. But of course, you're taking a chance on what the quality will be like. Well, I got 6 bottles from Carlos, and this is the brand Morum, I think you call it. Rioja from Spain, 2010, 13.5%. Now I got 4 bottles exactly the same as this, and then I got 2 bottles of the Crianza that has been oak-aged at least 12 months, and I got from 2008, and I got 1 bottle of the 2006 Reserva, which has been aged at least 18 months in oak. And I'm just going to hold that up, hope it focuses. Never know where to put my head there. Oh, you know this is right. Yeah, get that. And freeze frame it, and let me quickly read it before time runs out. Thank you, angels. That's what the Naked Wine people are called, who support these winemen, for helping me to create this glorious wine. It's even got the word glorious on the wine. As I get back into focus. Come on, come into focus. It's even got glorious on the wine. How good is that? With your support, I was able to buy the best grapes to make something really special, and I am proud to have created it in the hope you will enjoy it. Mucho gracias. And it's Carlos, and I can't quite read his second name. So that is, get it back in focus, the wine I am now going to taste. My son's just gone back up to Scotland. I sent him with one of these bottles because he's just celebrated a rather big birthday. And it's not a lot of fruit. It's sort of that musty fruit that I quite often seem to get from this. It doesn't actually say the grape variety, but I'm assuming it's Tempranillo. I don't know why I'm assuming that, but that's what I'm assuming. Ooh, that's spicy, licoricey, intense, fruity. Ooh, I think I like this. Ooh, this is nice now. If this is this good, the Crianza and the Rioja ones, the Reserva ones, are going to really be good. And we're 18.5 minutes. Well, I told you it'd be a glorious vlog, didn't I? So there you are. There's the wine. Let's play out with a little bit. See what they're playing at the proms.
It's a bit like carrying the Olympic torch. All I want to do is try and keep.
Would you believe it? They're actually on the break. Fancy having a break. I thought we might just got a bit of Star Wars in at the end. I'm almost tempted to keep going a little longer so we can have some Star Wars. But I've got a feeling that the break is more like 15 minutes. So hopefully you will have caught some of the proms. And let's very quickly, just to give you, I did say I would mention, this might be a reminder, as I say, the music from The Man Who Knew Too Much, Citizen Kane, Psycho, Henry V, music from Star Wars, Schindler's List and Harry Potter, Murder on the Orient Express, Out of Africa, music from the James Bond film. And just to, let's say that tomorrow, let's see what we've got tomorrow. We've got an afternoon prom on Saturday, but prom 40 is comedy prom with Sue Perkins. That's great. Wow, that looks good. And Sunday, the August the 14th, prom's 41. Joby Talbot and written. And what else? Prom 42 is coming up on the 15th of August at Tchaikovsky, Swan Lake. And I'm just going to stretch it out a little bit. I'm going to make the download a bit big. I'm sorry about that. But let's see if we can just get the starting fanfare to Star Wars or something. That would be absolutely brilliant, wouldn't it? Let's see if we've got any music yet. Oh, come on. I've got a vblog to get out.
Right, here comes Keith Lockhart. Incidentally, he's currently the conductor of the Boston Pops Orchestra, a job he took over from John Williams. Together now, they'll play.
It's a while since they've gone over 20 minutes. It's exciting, isn't it? Just have the opening fanfare of I think it'll be Star Wars. We got it! John Williams, of course. I'm going to fade it out. Well, what about that? Thank you, BBC Proms. Wonderful, wonderful institution. And with that, almost 22 minutes. I told you it would be a glorious episode, didn't I? Catch you next week. Bye, everyone, and thanks for watching.